Gentlemen, here's what I know as a doctor of stress management. Men die way more frequently from stress than women. We take it on, we hold on to it, and we die from it, for real. You should know that as young men. If you don't know how to regulate yourself and regulate your stress, it's going to be really hard. You're at an age now where you have a big vision, hopefully where you want to go, who you want to be, and if not now, you will soon. And if you're not healthy, mentally, emotionally, or physically, you're not going to get there. You feel me? You won't be able to get there. And for a man who can't get where he wants to go, he gets frustrated. And a lot of frustrated dudes act it out like boys. And so they can't have good relationships. They can't get along with other men, other women, because they're holding on to their frustration. You have to know how to get rid of your stress quickly. Back in the day, thousands of years ago, when the men and the young men were out hunting and they were under stress, something was going on, they had to grieve, they had to move through it quickly and fully so that they were present again. The whole idea of dealing with stress is to be present. If you can get yourself present and out of your head and out of your emotions quickly, then you're a master of energy. I like to call it being a CEO, Chief Energy Officer. You know how to raise it up, you know how to bring it down, you know how to maintain it. You feel me on that? Like, that's on you. It's not on your parents, it's on you. If you can't regulate your energy, you're not going to get to where you want to go. So this weekend you've learned that breathing technique, right? Gentle breath in, slower, long, controlled breath out, and then just wait for your breath to come back in again. Do you remember that, any of you? Yes, no? Let's do it now then. When you're under stress, how many of you kind of get into your head like, oh, hell, what do I do? Okay? I'm letting you know that unless somebody's coming to attack you, you can control yourself first through your breath. First, through your breath. Our ancestors have known that for probably hundreds of thousands of years. The first thing you do is don't try to overthink it. Control your breath. Does that make sense? Once you've got your breath in control, then you're going to control your mind second, not first. Instead of trying to figure it out, you're going to physiologically control your breath, change your brain chemistry so that you're not in that adrenaline drip. Adrenaline, you know, like, you ever hear that? Adrenaline, right? It's a hormone that gets you fight or flight, where we're ready to go. Most of the time you're under stress, you can't get ready, you can't go. You might be at your desk, you might be sitting on your bed. So you got to regulate that brain chemistry to go from adrenaline to endorphin. Endorphins are chemicals secreted by your brain into your body that get you focused and relaxed quickly. And you'll get some dopamine, you'll get some serotonin, other chemicals that in 15 seconds or less, you can be calm, no matter what's going on. You are responsible. You're not boys anymore. You're at a rite of passage. You got to regulate your energy. First, do it through the breath. Here's how it goes. Gentle breath in, normal breath in through your nose or mouth or both. I'll demonstrate in a moment. And then a slightly slower and longer controlled breath out through your nose or mouth or both. And then you just pause, you just wait. Your body will breathe you. You have an innate intelligence. Your nervous system will know to tell you when to breathe in again. I'll demonstrate, then you'll practice for a few seconds. Gentle breath in, slower, long, controlled breath out. I'm talking to you, but I'm not breathing. Now my brain's like, dude. It's not a big breath in, it's not this, because that's going to get you more adrenaline. Gentle breath in, slow and long, controlled breath out, and pause. Yawning is good. It means you're relaxing. Does that make sense? Try it another 10 or 15 seconds. Gentle breath in, slower, longer, controlled breath out. And just pause. Your body will breathe you, I promise. Learn to master that. Here's the second part, especially when you're under stress. And by the way, this just in. If you don't practice this technique every day, 10 or 15 times for 15 seconds, you won't be ready to go when you really need it. The more you practice before you need it, the more you'll be ready when you need it. Here's the second part. You're going to keep your mind focused on the present. It's called mindfulness. Anybody here ever hear that term, mindfulness? Mindfulness means that you're just controlling your mind by stating to yourself what's actually happening in the moment. No analysis, pure observation. So if I'm going to state to myself whatever I'm seeing, I'm going to go, oh, I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 young guys. I see a roof. I see the sun. I see some trees. So you just, I'm not saying like, oh, I don't think they should have built that roof that way. I know, there's no analysis. So I want you to take a moment to first control your breath. Go ahead. Gentle breath in, slow and long, control breath out. To yourself now, not out loud, I want your eyes open, and I want you to state to yourself whatever you're seeing. Eyes open, state to yourself whatever you're seeing, no analysis. You can count the number of trees, the number of the people. I see somebody wearing blue shirts. I see a watch. Whatever it is, just take a moment to train your mind to be present. Go ahead. While you're breathing, don't forget the breathing. Now take a moment to state whatever you're feeling with your body, not your emotions, whatever you're feeling with your body. I feel my hand on my shirt. I feel the hair on my head. I feel the sunglasses on my nose. Take a moment to state to yourself whatever you're feeling. And you can repeat the same thing over and over and over again. You're just getting your mind present. Just take a moment to do that. While you're breathing, gentle breath in, slow and longer controlled breath out. Whatever you're seeing, whatever you're feeling. And then one last thing. Take a moment to notice whatever you're hearing. If you hear sounds you don't know what they are, just say, hear a sound. You say, oh, I hear somebody talking. I hear voices in the background. Maybe you hear some birds. Just take a moment while you're breathing to focus on whatever you're hearing. Now bring your attention back to your breath. Gentle breath in, slow and long controlled breath out. And just pause. No matter what the stress is, if you can control your breath first, your mind second, and just stay there, no matter what anybody's saying to you, as long as they're not physically harming you, you can relax. This is our ancestral way. So in a few moments, you're going to be going into an ice bath. The ice bath is uncomfortable for most of you. It is for me. It is for me. Those first few seconds, I feel like I'm going to have a heart attack sometimes. It's like, oh my God. And then I control my breath. Sometimes my nervous system takes over and I'm out of control. And the sooner I get my breath under control, it's amazing that all of a sudden it's like, I can do this. And then I just say to myself, I feel the ice water. I see the sun in the sky. I feel my butt on the bottom of the bath. I just get really present. Make sense? It's a good challenge. So you're going to be in that ice bath. There's going to be 2 men I'm going to introduce in a moment to speak to you. The whole idea is to control yourself. Control the drip. Control the drip. There's 2 types of drips that we're talking about. There's the stress drip of adrenaline and cortisol going into your body, which leads to a reaction that you can't control. It's a good instinct. Humans have developed that over hundreds of thousands of years to get it so precise that in a split second, your instinct will tell you what to do and it bypasses your thinking mind. Does that make any sense? Have you ever had that experience yet as young men? Where something takes over and it's not your conventional thinking mind? Anybody? Mm-hmm. Okay. It's a good thing. Adrenaline, cortisol, it's a good thing. However, we live in a culture where we're living in adrenaline drip all day long. How many of you, like me, tend to want to think about all the negative things just over and over and over again? Anybody? Men and young men alike. To control the drip means that you can be aware by doing that right now meditation. With that awareness, you can be aware that you're in the drip, the adrenaline drip, and then you can relax to your own drip and change it from adrenaline and cortisol to endorphins, serotonin, and dopamine. These are chemicals that will relax you very quickly just by controlling your breath in, controlling your breath out, and waiting for your body to breathe you. So when you say you can't, like Mr. Watson said, you can if you are willing to control your breath first. We live in a culture that's adrenaline drip all the time. You guys have this FOMO, fear of missing out. You're always on your device. You're always looking at it. I'm not judging you. I'm just saying what I see. So you're on this device. Every time you get a hit on that device, do you know what happens to your brain? You have no control. They, whoever they are controlling you. You're talking to somebody, you hear that thing go off, you feel it, and you go.
Yep.
Okay, that's adrenaline. You think it's an emergency. Your brain thinks it's an emergency. You're being controlled to respond in a certain way where you lose your attention. And now this device is telling you what to put your attention on. I'm not judging you for that. I just want you to really understand what's going on. This device has great value and it has great dangers. You want to change the drip to endorphins, serotonin and dopamine by controlling your breath and just stating to yourself whatever you're seeing, hearing, or feeling with no analysis. 15 seconds, which we're going to do it again in a moment. Control your drip. You cannot, have you learned this yet? You can't control other people for the most part? Have you gotten that one yet? Okay. I hear these guys, these older guys giggling kind of, because they've tried many times.
Yes.
Too many times. Okay? And thankfully we can bring humor to it now, because now we know we can do it. Can't blame your moms and your dads. They may be wonderful, they may not. You should know they always love you, no matter how they're behaving. Sometimes they can't control their drip. They're stressed out. Also, I like to tell young men that I'm mentoring, if they can't control their drip, control your drip. Show them the way. You're not four, you're teenagers. In a clan of people, a clan of related people who are in the same family, or in a tribe, related people because they all need each other, somebody has to control the drip. The alpha male, the alpha female, somebody's got to calm down. If your parents can't, then you do it. And if you stay calm, chances are good they'll get calm. When they can't get calm, I'm going to challenge you right now. Listen up. When your parents can't get calm, what you tend to do is you go back to being a boy. You'll just go into this old brain pattern you have with your mom and your dad, and so they lose control, so now you think you have an excuse to act like a boy. And when you act like a boy, most of your parents, because they love you, they don't want to make a wave, so they're going to give you your way. And they're holding you back. Not because they're bad parents, they're stressed out, they don't want to handle any more stress. So now you get to run the show and you think you're something bigger than what you are. You will be the bigger person in that room if you control your drip. And then you can inspire and motivate your parents to do the same thing. That to me is a young man who's on his way to saying, I can, and I will. Control your drip. Questions, comments, feedback about anything you experienced today? Anything, anybody? Good, bad, ugly, beautiful. Go.
I thought it was really great. Like before I went in the cold plunge, I was like just super tired and like sore and achy and just like not really into it. And then when I got out, I just felt a lot better.
So it was a challenge for you at first?
Yeah, when I got in, it was a challenge.
And then when you got out?
It was great.
It was great. Challenges are meant to arouse in us the best in us. Challenges are not conflicts. It's not like you're going up to somebody and starting a fight. A challenge, when you get challenged, it means you get a chance to give your best, to do your best. It's an opportunity to shine. And when you don't shine, you got to relax to your own failure, your own mistake. We learn by making mistakes and failing, and if you have the right drive, which you can only get by controlling your breath and getting to the present moment again, you get your drive back, you try it again. We wouldn't be driving cars here or having electricity if humans haven't known for hundreds of thousands of years that mistakes and challenges are natural to life itself. It's natural. You're not stupid. We're humans. We make mistakes, and that's how we move forward. You will not be able to move forward if you can't regulate yourself. Anybody else want to share what they got? What do you got?
When I first heard about the ice bath, I was super like out of it, and I did not want to do an ice bath because I'm like really sensitive to temperatures, like specifically cold temperatures.
Yeah.
So I was not excited for that. But as soon as I got in, I was like, yeah, I hate this. And then as it went on, and as I was in the ice bath, I started to be like, okay, this is a little bit more calming. And when I got out, I felt like everything, my muscles were relaxed, everything was relaxed, and I felt like soothed almost.
Were you able to kind of like watch your process?
Yeah.
You were aware of your own process.
The drip flip.
The drip flip. The drip flip. You flipped your drip. I like that. Remember, I made that up, not him.
That should be in the sound
Sorry, they're
studio.
filming. I'm sorry.
Drip your flip. I like that. But that's what you did. You were aware of your own body mind flipping the drip. That's a great state to be in when you're aware of what's happening to you right in the moment. Good, bad, or ugly, or beautiful. You can actually be back here and observe. It's kind of what you did in a way, right? You're kind of like observing. That's what you get from mindfulness training. It's just another phenomena going on. It's like, oh, I'm raising my hand. Oh, I'm cold and I'm going to warm up. Oh, I see the clouds are going by. You get to that level of self-mastery, you can handle any challenge.
I trust the men.
On three, we're going to say, flip the drip. On three. 1, 2, 3. Flip the drip!